Did you ever play a game as a kid you didn't know why? Kind of in the vein of, like, Ghosts and Goblins, Castlevania. You know, it's borderline legal rape, not that you know it at the time, but you still go back to it. There's something about it. Some kind of charm or seductive siren song that always brings you back to bend over and take it again from that game. I kind of had one of those epiphanies with Adventure Island. Never ever put it down as a kid. Just, I liked it, even though I always got my ass beat very shortly into the game. Let's look at the game. Your hero, such as he is, Master Higgins, master of what? You'll never have any fucking clue. He's certainly not master of his island. Everything on it is trying to get him killed, including the bitch who's been captured. And it just look at him physically. This is not a phenomenal portrayal of the male form. The man is perpetually in search of a place to take a piss. He either has no consideration for clothing or can't afford it, more likely. He has a cleft lip from hell and no nose. And then look at what he has to go through. This bitch makes him go through hell to rescue her. And you can see the motivation behind it all. The first part of the motivation is, you know what, you're not all that hot, so first you need to lose weight. Because obviously Master Higgins is a slightly portly dude, but I don't know what the hell this bitch's name is. Tina? We'll go with that. Tina takes one look at him, the only man on the island, and thinks, man, it's him or bestiality. Or demons, but there's no name for that even. Lose weight. Now, she doesn't say that to him, of course, because a woman isn't going to say that to your face. So, Higgins, of course, with no other source of tang, goes chasing after this bitch. But under those conditions, he can't eat what a man would eat. He can't have, you know, the numerous animals on this fucking island. No, he's got to eat fruit, vegetables, anything he can find that pops up on a fucking tree. And if you'll notice, half of the game's gameplay involves you trying not to starve to death. And this poor guy's never been on a diet. So the man's fighting image issues, his body issues, his appetite, all the shit that he could be eating, which is trying to kill him. We are demonizing meat, putting down the male gender. Obviously, if you can see how easily he dies, aside from his starvation, he's not all that inspiring. Mario can take more hits after going on PCP. Master Higgins doesn't have that option. And then to add insult to injury, as if all of that isn't bad enough, and take a look at some of the shit that they discourage you from otherwise. Skateboarding. The poor asshole puts on a helmet, and it's still dangerous as fuck. You don't want to pick that skateboard up. God help you. In Adventure Island, if you pick up that skateboard, you will probably die. It's the closest thing to Mario's PCP that Higgins gets. But it's a liability. It's a complete discouragement from the player trying to use that. Imagine what all of this shit does to the psyche of a 6-year-old boy. You want to talk about games making kids violent? Think about this game and what it'll do to a 6-year-old kid. Oh man, meat's bad. The fire to cook it with is bad. Hey, veggies are good though, but they don't fill my stomach. Oh, I must be fat because of all that shit. Oh, skateboarding looks like fun. Oh, but I fall off cliffs and die. Yeah, there's a way to build up a kid. I'm sorry, but any game made by men is going to encourage half the shit that this game discourages. And all of it is on the women demands of this needy bitch that poor Higgins just has to take because he's not willing to fuck a crow or an octopus. So after 20 years, finally coming back to Adventure Island, I'm astonished that I grew up as stable and confident a man as I have.